Welcome to OSP EXPO 2014. I'm Tina Sinatra with OSP TV, and joining me today on the exhibit floor is Randy Frantz. Randy is the Global Director of Telecommunications and LBS for Esri. Thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure being here, Tina.
Thanks. First, I want to congratulate you on being a game changer once again. This is Randy's second year. Why don't you tell everyone how you see the game has changed over the last year?
It was kind of interesting yesterday with the keynotes with Tom McGuire and Chris Levendos there. They're talking about one of the ways the network has changed is they're looking at very specific applications in the network. It's no longer we're going to change out all the copper and make it all fiber or something like that. So they're starting to look at the network on more a localized basis here. And I think that is really a game changer there. Let's not go out with just one technology. There's all kinds of technologies that's being rolled out in the network now. And you have to find the technology for that particular customer, for that particular neighborhood that's most applicable. So we really need to start focusing in, and we have the tools now to focus in at the local level and not just look at a macro level and roll technology out.
Right. For those who may not know, what is GIS and how does Esri meet the needs of the industry?
Okay. Well, GIS stands for Geographic Information System. And what it allows you to do is to take all your spatial data, to store it, to visualize it, to integrate different layers together, and then to analyze that data. And it gives you new insights. You can see patterns emerge.
Right.
Like we're talking about, customers that the few customers who are left on copper that you might want to change out to fiber. Well, the best way to identify those is to map them out and find out where they're located, and then see if there's fiber that could be deployed in those areas.
That's really, really important stuff to know, and many different platforms.
Absolutely.
Right. A number of our provider partners are moving into small cells in a big way. What is Esri doing to support those efforts?
Okay. And in small cells, we look at it both on the cellular network, but there's a lot of work being done also with Wi-Fi offload.
Yep.
So, cellular networks, I divide into two categories. Those are the traditional cellular where you're looking at people that are actually mobile, and then there's the disconnected mode. So we have to be able to look at where are the areas where people are going to be consuming high bandwidth. Where are they going to be looking at video? Where are they going to be looking at those apps that are very bandwidth intensive?
Right.
And then do they have good coverage in those areas? So we can map out pedestrian traffic patterns. We can map out where you have weaknesses in the network.
Wow.
And then where is there access to the network that's available to put those Wi-Fi hotspots in or those small cells. So connecting to the network. And once again, that's all a location issue, and GIS really helps you in that area.
Yeah, it's all everyone's talking about right now, and it's really exciting, the technology as it will roll out. Innovation is very important in the industry. What do you consider your company's most innovative development over the last year?
Well, I think one of the things we rolled out is something called ArcGIS for telecommunications. ArcGIS is our platform. And we started putting together models and examples of how this technology can be deployed in sample solutions. So one is we're demonstrating today our fiber backhaul. Okay. We're talking about service availability. Once again, there's ways to show how the technology can be used. So we've created these templates, and we actually give them away for free. Oh. So you can take these models, download them, and they're sort of like a starter kit. So you can start looking at how these solutions can be worked and ways that you can then enhance them, add to them, and build upon the models.
Very cool. How do you see your role as an industry game changer affecting your commitment to change overall?
Well, I think it's really enforced it.
Yeah.
It's shifted a bit over the years. When I first came in the industry, one of the things that was happening is we were starting to move towards fiber. We were starting to move towards cellular services. Right. And I was focused very much on the network side. How could we deploy creatively these new network technologies? And then when I just started, as I got on in my career, I started realizing that one of the biggest challenges is the organizational changes. How are we really changing how we use this technology? And like I said, the keynotes yesterday really showed how they are taking new looks at the business processes. And to me, that is really the next big item there.
I agree with you. I think we're going to see some big changes in the next, like technology as we know it today is going to look very differently.
And it's going to be a different organization,
Yeah.
more agile, see
Yeah.
agile development, and we're going to see more agile development internally in these organizations.
Kind of, it's pretty exciting.
It
Actually.
is. It really
it's pretty
is.
cool. Yeah. Well, with that, looking forward, we're planning our 2015 January publication. What prediction would you like to share for us?
I think one of the things we're going to see is we're going to see this trend more and more where the engineer is not going to be doing field visits. Actually, there was an article written by SDT in OSP Magazine about a year or two ago, and they were talking about doing field engineering without going to the field.
Remotely?
So they're doing it remotely.
Yeah.
And what you have nowadays is because of all the data sources that are available with LiDAR, with digital imagery, you can actually, it's less costly to send vehicles to the field, drones perhaps, that would start collecting this information, bringing it back for the engineers. So instead of the engineer going to the field, the information is being brought back to the engineer. And if you think about this, how many times, as an engineer a long time ago, you go to the field and you forgot to collect a few items.
Right.
Well, if you've got the data, the visualization, the LiDAR, and you forgot to look at something, we just bring it back up and you look at it.
Right.
So you don't have to do these field visits. It streamlines the process, it reduces the cost, and it has engineers doing engineering functions as opposed to driving to the field.
Right. I think, well, that's amazing. That would be great.
I think it's going to be a real trend.
Yeah, I hope so. That'd be really great for everyone, I think. As usual, Esri is front and center at OSP EXPO. What are you looking to take away from the show? What's your big takeaway?
Big takeaway? A big takeaway is really talking to the customers. Mm-hmm. We put a lot of great technology out there. We seed the market with some of the templates and solutions that we offer. But it's really great to have the customers come to us and tell us, well, yeah, I took that template or that example or that model, and this is what I did with it.
That's cool.
This is how I solved the business problem. Yeah. And it's amazing when you get that technology out there with what people come back with.
Right.
I mean, we like to think we're creative at Esri, but when you have the entire industry come back with solutions and show you what they've done, it's really amazing.
Right. It's an eye-opener, too.
It is.
Different perspectives. I love, even going around the show floor, I see so many people engaging with each other and really exchanging thoughts and ideas, and it's really great to see. I mean, consistently throughout the entire 2-3 days that we're here. So I can see how that would be a great takeaway for you.
I mean, it's great audience here.
Yeah.
Great vendors, and when you get this many creative people together and they start building upon each other's ideas, and
it's brilliant.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
it really is.
It is great. Well, thanks for sharing a little bit of your time here at OSP EXPO. I always, appreciate meeting you, and you've been on OSP TV before. So thanks again, and I hope you have a great trip back, and we'll talk to you soon.
Great, my pleasure.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.